So it is. So it is. We're blessed. And more than that, we've blessed all of life, which is a beautiful thing to do. Can you imagine if you and I went around every single day blessing everything, blessing everything, blessing everything, instead of cussing everything? Because sometimes that happens with some of us. Just imagine it. It doesn't matter what kind of a mood we're in, be it grumpy or otherwise. If we were just to bless and bless and bless and bless and bless, we'll never know the difference that will make until we try it out. Until we try it out. Now, you may think that that's an easy thing to do. It's not. That's why we're not doing it. But could we? Yes. Would we is the question. And if we do, my goodness, you never know what great good things are in store for you or for the world. Just simply to bless. I don't understand it, but I'll bless it. I don't like it, but I'll bless it. I'm not sure about it, but I'll bless it. What is this that's come along? I'm going to bless it. I'm going to bless myself into the good that this opportunity brings me. And if I am going to experience good, it means all of life will experience good, because I belong to all of life and all of life belongs to me, and I have an effect on all of life and all of life has an effect on me. So what I bless affects everything. What I don't bless affects everything. So it would behoove us to do that, would it not? Would it not? And so you and I are given this unique opportunity every single day we open our eyes. An amazing opportunity to decide for ourselves how this day is going to be and how I am going to be in it. No matter what's going on around me or about me or even within me, I get to choose. What is my attitude toward it? How am I going to be with it? How will I interact with this day, given what it is? And the ingredients of every day will differ, some way or another. And you get to decide that out of the ingredients you're given in any given day, which would be all your circumstances and situations, what kind of bread you're going to make of that. Because you're going to eat it anyway, one way or another. And that's why there is that fun thing that reminds us every now and again, choose your words wisely and well, because one day you may have to eat them. Choose your words wisely and well, because one day you may have to eat them. It's the same with the circumstances of your day. And how do we eat them? Well, we digest them within our mentality and our emotionality, which affects our physiology. And that affects our relationship with our soul, our spirit. It kind of blankets it. So remember, in the circle of life, there are 4 quadrants. And all of them need our attention, our mentality, our emotionality, our physicality, and our spirituality. All of them need attention. And all of them create the bread of life, the bread of the day. And if one part is missing, it's not a full loaf, is it? No. You're an amazing artist. You're an amazing creator. You are an amazing, powerful being. All of us are creators. All of us are artists. All of us, every single moment, every single day, and even when we're asleep, are creating something. But the question is, what kind of creations are we creating? It's a wonderful thing to be awake enough to ask ourselves the question, what will I make today? What will I create today? How will the world be at the end of this day because I'm in it? Will it be a little bit more expanded? Or will it be a little more contracted? Or will it be just the same as it was yesterday because I'm just, not good, not bad. Just, See, I want to stress today because Spirit says stress today. Every time I'm going to share something, I have to work on myself to make sure what I'm sharing are not my opinions. But it's something that Spirit wants us all to know, and that takes preparation. And you never know what's going to show up. I mean, I might have one thing in mind when I sequester myself to prepare for Sundays or classes or, all the rest of it. And lo and behold, that goes out the window and it's prepared. And I think, shucks, that was prepared. And something else comes through. So always allow yourself to do that. Remember at the beginning of the day, look, I could do the day the hard way, I could do it my way, or I could just give a moment's pause and say, okay, Spirit, we're in partnership here. What is it that together as one we may be able to affect today in this world? How am I supposed to show up? What is mine to do today? What is mine to do today? Please do assist me in clarifying this within myself. And who are you speaking to? Something up there, out there? No, you're speaking to your essential self within you that encompasses all of you, in which you live, move, and have your being. It's an echo chamber. Ask and you shall receive. And the asking is always about one thing: clarity, guidance. That's all. It's not for stuff and things. It's for clarity and guidance. How may I be the best of myself today? What would that involve? What would that mean to me to be the best of myself today? What does that attitude, tone, and texture look like? What? I'm here, ready, open, receptive as the vessel that I am, ready to receive the good that is always ready to pour itself into me once I open the stopper. What do I do to open the stopper to receive in all of that beauty and grace and divine inspiration? I have to take all of the gunge out of the stopper, and the gunge is everything negative, and then the stopper just pops out itself. But that's what the stopper is made of. All those negative thoughts and feelings and energies that I'm stopping and blocking my clarity with, my good with, my wholeness with, my experience of myself with. Oh my gosh, I don't think we could stand the experience of ourselves if we were able to just be that open. We wouldn't know how to contain that in the first moments. But we'd soon adjust, and we would learn. So what do you want? What is it that you want your life to be? Have you decided that yet? Have you decided that yet? What do you want your great good life to be? Are you happy with the way it is right now? Is there room in there for some adjustment? What great good might be in amongst all your busyment in there for you to yet experience, for you to yet realize? And even for those who are great at relationships, they pale by comparison to the relationship you could have, maybe have, with your source. With your source. In amongst all those wonderful relationships of yours, have you found a space, a time, and a place for that singular, seminal, primary relationship with your source? Because if you haven't yet, you're missing out on so much, and so am I if it's not happening for me. Because that one relationship intact, high on our priority will affect all the others in such a beauteous way that there won't be any stopper on that vessel that we are to receive such good that we couldn't imagine, to receive that amazing sense of who and what we are that moves us out to encourage everybody else to do the same discovery, have the same discovery. Isn't it amazing? I mean, as much as you have enjoyed your life to date, as much as you have acquired of good in your life to date, it's nothing yet compared to the more that you could experience. And it's a moreness that only can come from within yourself, from within yourself, from within yourself. You won't find it out there. You can travel to all of the wonderful places in the world, all of the holy shrines and all of the holy wells and all of the holy trees and all of the holy rivers and all of the holy seas and all of the holy people, and may never, ever gain what you would gain if you traveled within yourself. And you wouldn't even have to put one foot in front of the other to do that. Never mind embark upon a worldly journey. Because the journey to the self is an interior journey. It happens on the inside of life, on the invisible side of life, on the potent side of life. And for that to happen, you and I have to take ourselves out of the outer world to enter into the world of the absolute. Take ourselves out of the subject world in order to enter into the world of the absolute. For that, quiet time is necessary. Stillness is necessary. The ability to be here now in such a way that you're so in tune with life and how it works, that nothing outside of you is apparent to you. You're on the inside of life, and that's the only thing you're experiencing. It's like when people go for hypnosis. They think they're going to be put out, is what they call it. Going to be put out. Knocked out of their senses. Their physical sense of being. And that is not the truth. What happens in hypnosis is that you're so singularly focused. You're absolutely with it, but you're so singularly focused that you're not distracted by anything going on around you. You've achieved that singular focus with the help of another person. Meditation is kind of like that, except you don't need the help of another person, and nobody's guiding you except your inner self. And in meditation, when you get to the center, the eye of the storm, and the storm is always distractions outside of you. When you get to the center, you're totally one with it, and you're not aware, just as you wouldn't be under hypnosis, of anything around you or about you. You're not aware of anything. You're not aware of your physical being. You're just aware of being a presence, experiencing within that presence an amazing sense and sensibility of all being well. It's a beautiful thing. So God bless each and every one of us when we go to our meditation spot, whatever it is, and sit down or walk or whatever we do in meditation to get the best results. And people ask me, well, what is the best practice? I'll say, the one that you find that works for you. That's the best practice. I could only tell you what's my best practice, but you have to discover for yourself what your best practice is going to be. And it is going to be your finding, the result of your endeavor, that will lead you into whatever that is. And so, people get a little bit strange around spiritual practices, because people have the sense that there's a hierarchy of spiritual practice. There isn't. I mean, you, out in the garden, one with the garden, having a beautiful experience in the garden, might be having the most blissful meditation. And somebody might come along and say, well, that's not meditation. Oh, yes, it is. Guess what? You and I are meditating all of the time, every moment, every second of the day, and even when we're asleep. Whatever's going through our minds, we're meditating on, one way or another, at various degrees of consciousness, but we're meditating. We're focused on that. It's what calls us to pay attention to it, whatever that is. You and I don't want to meditate on anything that's worrisome. We really don't want to do that. So when people say to me, I'm no good at meditation, I never was, and I don't know how to meditate, I always smile on the inside of myself, because I know we're all meditating all of the time, especially when we're lost in thought. You look at somebody and say, oh, look, they're lost in thought. And when that happens, I always hope they're lost in really good thought, not worry. And I see that in people too. I see them miles away with that faraway look on their face, and their face looks anxious. Now, that's worry. I see other people who are miles away and far away, and there's a smile on their face, and I think, isn't that nice? That's good. So what is that like for you? I mean, what are your thought patterns like? Do you find yourself going over the same thought patterns every day? Do certain thought patterns pull you in every day? Perhaps even the first thing when you wake up in the morning, you go, oh yeah, that's today. God bless us and keep us from that kind of awakening in the morning. You need to wake up and say, oh my gosh, God woke up in me today, now I choose to wake up in God. This is the day that life and light and love and peace and beauty and power have made, and I'm going to be glad that I can go out there and participate in it and rejoice in it. Let your incoming be a strong incoming when you move into a new day. Let it be a conscious incoming when you open your eyes. And you know what? If you do that first, I can assure you, you won't go to an ache and a pain to begin with. You really won't. Because you're setting yourself up in this open receptivity to well-being, health and well-being. You're setting yourself up to good, you see. And so, dear hearts, you get to choose how your day is going to be. You get to choose who's going to be in charge of your day. Is it going to be you or the committee that, collects in your head throughout the day, that has you running ragged and not knowing where to land with your thinking or your feeling? Who's in charge? Because you and I are called to be masters of our own lives, to be masterful in the way we handle it, to be direct, deliberate, and confident in the way we go about our day, and not to allow all the ghosty, those ghosty false notions and tales to keep us nervous and anxious and unable to accomplish what we could if we could just release ourselves from stories. Stories that rarely are true, stories that are seldom going to manifest into experience. So why would we miter ourselves like that? Tell yourself good stories. Good stories are always the truth. Tell yourself the truth. And take the truth to the lies that want to occupy your mind and disturb your emotion and your body. Take the truth to the lie. Take your powerful, awakened awareness to the lie, whatever it is. And I'm not saying that this is easy, not at all. But with practice, it gets much easier. And sometimes we forget ourselves and fall back into our old negative ways. But when you're in practice, you snap out of those much more quickly than you would if you don't have a spiritual practice around that tendency of ours to allow our minds to run away with us, as our mothers used to say. Your mind is running away with you now, child. And so, if it's going to be the old cliche, it's up to me. If it's going to be, it's up to me. I have to be the steerer of my ship in life. I have to be willing to put on the captain's hat and move my own journey in life forward, and not expect any other person, place, or thing to do it for me. When we were, a year old and a year and a half old, it was okay to say, pick me up and carry me. But so many adults are still looking for somebody to pick them up and carry them, still. So what I'm knowing for each and every one of us today is that today could be different. It really could. You could choose, and I could choose, to make this the most blessed day we've ever had. The most blessed day we've ever had. Is that possible, you think? Absolutely, because it's all in the mind. It's all in the mind. So the question is, do we want to continuously be anxious, continuously frightened, continuously scared at what might happen or what did happen, and spoil our whole day because of what did happen or what might happen in the nowhere land? This moment in this day is the only place I have power to mend, to fix, to heal, to change, to release, to let go, to allow in. This day, this moment, the only point of power that I have available to me. Let's not waste our days then worrying about the past and worrying about the future. It's such a futile, negative thing to do. So, lift ourselves up now. Bless ourselves, no matter what the circumstances and situations are. Say, I'm not my circumstances and I'm not my situations. And I can take the power that I am, the I am power within me, the presence and the power within me, to those circumstances, to those situations, and let that power handle it. As I, unafraid, bless myself and bless my life and bless every blessed thing and every blessed one in it. I will not be afraid. I will not be afraid. I refuse to be under the tyranny of fear. I will not be afraid. I'm not created to be afraid. I'm created to be strong. I'm created from omniscience, omnipotence, omniscience, and omnipresence. That's what I'm created out of as a representative of itself. In the image and likeness of that am I created. That's my truth. Not the smallness, not the narrowness, not the confinement that I feel, not the weight of my bodily egoic being. That's not what I am. I am the image and likeness of that which created me, the one who created me. And if I identify with that, all is well. So have yourself the best day ever. Why not? Why not? Because you're the only one that can decide what the best day ever is. Wouldn't you want that for yourself? Because guess what? When you decide to be the best of yourself today and have your best day ever, everything around you is the better for it. Everything around you changes for the better too because of your beautiful energy. Because you have made the decision to be that image, that likeness from whence you came. To be that image and that likeness in form. You're amazing. None of us have even caught the glimpse of who we truly are yet. But in spiritual community, we're on our way. We're on our way. So blessed be, and blessed be the day, and blessed be you in it. And take care of yourselves and take care of each other, and know that you're potent and powerful and mighty when you are attuned and in alignment with the power of your being. And why not be so? Because you can. That's why. And remember, I am, therefore I can, therefore I do. And that's the truth that sets us free. Always a delight to be in your presence. And now we're going to celebrate our goodness, our fullness. We're going to celebrate the fact that out of our daily bread that produces a loaf of some kind or another, and no matter how big or small it is, we always have enough to share from it. And that's what we're going to do right now. We're going to bless that ability of ours to have enough, to be open to enough, so that we can put into the pot of life, so that we can put something on the table of life, so that we can share and make somebody else's life the better for it. So we take our gift between our blessing hands and we say, divine love consecrates my gift. It goes forth to heal, to bless, to prosper all those who give and all those who receive. I rejoice in the sharing of my good, and I release my good with love, and so it is. So may you prosper in every way, in health, in wealth, in loving relationships, in all kinds of beauty and grace. May you prosper and know yourself to be who you truly are. God, in material form as you, a beautiful spark, a beautiful ray of its light, essential to the life in the cosmos everywhere. Without you, nothing would be the same. You're so essential, regardless of what you think about yourself or what you feel about yourself or what's going on in your life. You are essential. You are a deliberate manifestation of the divine put here to bring your gift. I am knowing for each and every one that that gift will be placed on the table of life before you leave this planet. I'm knowing it. Know it with me. So we appreciate you deeply. We thank you so very much. Please, to my good food angels, keep bringing in the food, because there's always a need for food. And just the various and sundry things that are essential to life, which would include, of course, toothpaste and, kitchen stuff and all of that. And we're grateful to each and every one of you for putting smiles on faces and cheering up someone's day as a consequence. Thank you for all your good deeds. Thank you for all your good thoughts. Thank you for your good feelings. They are all making a super huge difference. And just for being here and being yourself, and for volunteering to come in right now at this amazing time of transition, cusping into something more wondrous than ever we've known before. Thank you for it all of your good. And remember that as a member of the spiritual community, you have a far reach. You have a far reach. It's because each individual one of us are in community that we can do what we are doing. And so rest easy at night knowing that because of you in this community, as well as wherever else you are being responsible for good, great good is happening out there. And we couldn't be ourselves without you. So stay strong. Keep that energy high. And know you're loved. You're embraced. You're cherished. And when you know it, it happens in every which way. So stay connected, stay tuned in, participate as much as you possibly can in our spiritual life and what's going on. And know that God, by means of you, is mighty. So I will leave you as the children do. Mwah, mwah, mwah. Take very good care of your singular, unique self, your essential.